Frontier have just posted something online asking for involvement, and to me, this suggests that Planet Coaster 2 is not too far into the distant future. Let's take a look. So, today is the 8th of March 2024, and it's about 4:30 in the evening UK time, and Frontier have put on their Instagram page and on their other social media asking for involvement in a survey, asking for feedback on specifically on Planet Coaster. Now, if you open up the survey and go through the initial questions, which obviously talk about like your age, your gender, where you're from, asking you about your experience on other games, how often you typically game, generally getting a bit of a trying to form a bit of a character around their audience at first. However, as you go on, there comes a page, and I think it's the second to last page of the survey, and that's where it gets really interesting for me, because what they start asking is questions specifically aimed at Planet Coaster, not Planet Coaster console or not the games that you've played. It is targeting specifically Planet Coaster. The first question that pops up just asks, when was the last time you played Planet Coaster? 4 options being within the last month, within the last year, within 2 to 5 years, or even more than 5 years ago. Now, I'm sure there's some PC creators out there who haven't played for more than 5 years that will be answering that because they just want a new version of the game. Obviously, for console players like myself, we're still getting our enjoyment out of the game to an extent. But obviously, everyone is looking to the future to think, what are Frontier going to offer as a follow-up? So this question to me, again, it's trying to see how interested people still are in the game generally. Question 19 then says, how important are each of the following aspects when playing? And there is 6 different aspects here. There is management, building parks, campaign objectives, ride variety, campaign narratives, and sharing designs. And you can select from either very important all the way down to very unimportant. So yeah, you can go down there and feel free to rate how you see different things. From my observations, I would probably say that building parks is very important. If you're playing Planet Coaster and building parks is very unimportant, I'm not sure what you're doing. But then you go on to stuff like ride variety, sharing designs, and those sorts of things are going to be playing on their mind. How much do people focus on management in the game? Do people care how many janitors and mechanics they have floating around? Do people care about guests being hungry or needing the toilet? Do people care about that, or do they just care about making a nice looking park? That's where this question's getting at. So that is going to be steering their focus. Then the 2 questions that really sort of highlight to me that I think this shows something that they're obviously thinking and planning for, is questions 20 and 21 are about DLCs. They ask, how many DLCs have you bought? Have you bought none, 1 or 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 10, or I have all 11 packs? That is a very interesting question, because they would have the data of how many DLCs they have sold themselves. So it's interesting because they will want to plan the DLCs right, in terms of their costings for the game. Do they put so much in the base game? Do they hold enough back to make the DLCs interested? To sort of create the interest on the DLCs themselves. That's a very tactical question for me. So yeah, there's that, and then the follow-up to that is, what is or would be the most important factor for you when choosing Planet Coaster DLC packs? And that is new rides, new scenery, new entertainer, or new music. Now for me personally, new rides and scenery. I don't really use the entertainers that often. I hate the cow. Everybody hates the cow. Well, everybody knows I hate the cow. So I don't really use the entertainers. Music, yeah, could kind of work, I guess, if you're having a certain theme. I know, for example, sci-fi is a base theme, but if you needed sci-fi music, you wouldn't want that to come with it. But obviously, new rides and new scenery. I think the movie DLC was a huge hit with Planet Coaster. Some of the rides and scenery that came with that have been fantastic. So yeah, the interesting thing there is the DLC questions for me, because I think they wouldn't be asking how many have people bought and what do people want in the DLCs if they weren't planning something in the future. And it is targeted at specifically Planet Coaster. It's not asking about Planet Zoo, it's not asking about Frontier's other games. It is, it's specifically asking about Planet Coaster and what people want from DLCs. And for me, this is a sign that Planet Coaster 2 cannot be far off. I don't expect it to be this year. I would be very surprised this year, mainly because the previous questions were obviously asking about what's more important to you. Is it building parks or management? But I would suspect that now that they are releasing Planet Zoo on console this year, that's their focus, I think, is to try and get the two markets of PC and console on the same wavelength, and now they can focus on Planet Coaster 2. So yeah, if you let me know what you think below. Do these questions hint to you that Planet Coaster 2 is in the pipeline? Or is this just smoke and mirrors and just Frontier wanting some data collection? I could be totally wrong. That could be the case. But to me, it suggests that they wouldn't be asking these questions if they weren't going to use that information in the future, specifically on Planet Coaster. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. If you do want to see more Planet Coaster videos, do hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. And I shall see you next time.